Welcome to the channel, YouTube. It's Daggers. How you doing today? Today, going through another showcase of my boy Alto here. So I have a solo clear of level 4 Impermanence Heron. That was done completely solo, no support characters, with just Alto. So I'm going to go over my build real quick, and then we're going to jump into the footage. So he's level 70, rocking decent attack. I did get the static miss just recently when they sent us those 10 pools free in the mail for the 30 million download registration, or not registration, the 30 million download debacle that they had. I got lucky and got static missed early. So I got static missed on him. The echoes are good, but not great. We've got crit rate with some decent substats. These ones are only level 20, not terribly great crit rate on that one, and then these ones are level 15. You can see without any crit stats on them at all. So, you know, not terrible. Skills are mostly leveled up to 6, and we have 4 dupes of Alto. So that was what made me build him in the first place. I got lots of copies of him whenever I was pulling for Yin Lin, and I said, hey, I love Zhang Xin. She was my favorite character. You know, he looked like he would pair well with her. Let's build him up. So I've been enjoying his play style. I've seen a lot of people putting him really low on the tier list. I made a video that actually got some decent views, saying everyone's sleeping on Alto, and I just wanted to show what you could do with him and how his kit functions so that the mechanics allow you to bypass a lot of the boss mechanics. So we're gonna jump in here to the footage, and then as this plays, I'm just going to kind of commentate and kind of talk about Alto's kit. So I didn't think I would really like range characters in this game. In most games, Tower of Fantasy, I didn't really like the range characters. Other, you know, fantasy type games, I'm typically not a ranged unless I play Magic. I do like Magic ranged, but typically guns or other things, not a big fan of it. But Alto's kit right here, you can just see that it took me about 15 minutes of trying on this fight to get this clear. There was a few things I had to kind of learn about the fight, a few extra mechanics that happen at level 4. Nothing crazy, but basically it's keeping him at a distance, right? You've got to position very well with Alto, and you'll probably see a couple times here that I just take a second to make sure that my positioning's good. I reposition. If I miss a dodge or, you know, something like that, like here, we just kind of, oh, maybe it wasn't this one, maybe it's right after it. You'll see I just take a second to just, here, run around, kind of reposition. Even though I'm not hitting ultimate max damage because I'm not shooting through my portal right there, which multiplies the bullets. Sometimes with you know, soloing it, I didn't have the option to switch into another character or, you know, pop the bell and mitigate my damage. This is all just playing around the mechanics that Alto provides in his kit, primarily his mist clone, right? You can see that the boss is taunted onto the mist clone for most of his attacks. I did find a few instances where if I got too close to the boss and he got too far away from the clone, he would switch his targeting to me. So there are a few things that, you know, I would say are not perfect about Alto's kit. But you can see the damage right here. I'm obviously not the world's fastest clear, right? But solo, no extra buffs. If I'd played this with Verena and Sanhua, and I stacked those buffs from Verena and then the basic attack buffs from Sanhua, which seems to be from my limited testing, one of his best supports if you want to actually play Alto as a main DPS. Because most of his bullets there are counted as basic attacks when you shoot through there and it multiplies. So you're doing extra damage by shooting through the wall of the ult, plus you got the extra damage from Verena, plus you got the extra basic attack damage from Sanhua. Alto can really pop off. But I didn't want to show, you know, I wanted just to show his raw DPS, right? Without any supports, what can be done without healing, just, you know, playing, using the mechanics as the character's designed. And that's one of the things that I've really loved about Wuthering Waves, right? It's not so much that everyone, look at all those numbers, right? When you shoot through his wall, or that when all those bullets pop out and then there's just damage numbers everywhere, none of those one individual numbers is like crazy high. He's not popping off for 30k, but you'll see so many of them that are hitting for 1 or 2k, and you're doing that 10 or 12 times sometimes. that the damage really adds up. And you can see it took me, it's going to take me about 3.5 minutes to clear the Heron completely solo. Obviously, like I said, if I'd played this with a team built around Alto, I could have cleared this a lot faster by stacking buffs from Verena, and Sanwa would be my preferred team. Although, not my preferred team. As my preferred team if I'm maximizing Alto as a main DPS. My preferred team is actually Sanwa and Zhang Xin. There, I thought I'd really lost it. I thought my skill had killed me. But that's a really nice thing about Alto's kit, is that those bullets were still in the air. So even though the boss came down, stunned me, knocked me away, sent me tumbling, right? The bullet still killed him and finished the fight. I do have to say I was really nervous that I screwed it up at the last second there. But obviously, I don't have the best skill in this game, right? Like, you've seen it clearly on display right there. But using the mechanics as designed, using Alto's kit, I can overcome my skill gap, and I love it. And that's something that I'm going to continue to kind of dig into on this game, and that's the meta that I want to look for, right? Everyone has their own definition of meta. To me, it is, the best way to play is kind of the generic term or the generic definition of meta. But I don't always want to do that. I want to do what's the best way to play for me. What's the most comfortable? What do I have the most fun for? What's the most engaging and most likely to keep me interested in playing in the game long term? So this is my showcase of a solo Alto clear. If you guys don't mind, new channel, dropping a like and a subscribe. If anybody